The morning starts as usual. You get out of bed, head to the kitchen, brew some tea. Everything feels calm, under control. A few minutes later, into the bathroom. Time to wash up, shower, refresh. Just when everything feels routine. Everything changes. A sudden loss of balance. A sharp impact on the tile. Silence. According to the CDC, 1 in 4 Americans aged 65 plus falls at least once a year. And the most common place for those falls? The bathroom, where there's water, steam, slick tiles, and no support to grab onto. A place meant to cleanse and energize can turn into a deadly trap. Why the bathroom? Why not the stairs or the sidewalk? Because in there, everything is working against you. Hard floors, wet, slippery surfaces, tight spaces, and worst of all, the belief that you're still in control. That belief can be fatal. We don't want to admit it. We tell ourselves, I'm not one of those people. I'm still in good shape. I'm fine. But the truth is, the body changes. Quietly. Without warning. And when it does, there's no alarm to sound. Only gravity, cold tile, and total helplessness. Listen to the story of Linda May, 74, a widow from Oregon. She did stretches every day, walked her dog, no chronic health issues, independent. One morning her daughter couldn't reach her. She drove over. The door was locked from the inside. 40 minutes later, they called for emergency services. They found Linda on the bathroom floor. Her mind was clear, but her body was paralyzed. She had been lying there for nearly 6 hours. She's alive, but she'll never walk again. What happened? The first invisible threat, loss of neuromuscular control. As we age, the brain's signals to our muscles weaken. You don't notice it day to day. You can still stand, still move, but coordination, balance, and leg control, they're not what they used to be. And when you step into the shower and lift one leg, your body might not keep up. You think falling is clumsy. It's not. It's the silent breakdown of control. A fall isn't the beginning of a problem. It's the final moment of a process that's already underway. Now ask yourself, do you have a non-slip mat in your bathroom? Do you have sturdy grab bars? Could you reach a phone if you fell? Does someone check on you each morning? If even one answer is no, you're already at risk. Not someday, not maybe. Now. Falls aren't accidents, they're warnings, and if you ignore them, the consequences may be permanent. But this is just the beginning. In the next part, you'll learn what silently erodes your balance from the inside, even if you feel strong, and why millions lose their freedom after just one turn of the head. Maybe you live alone, maybe with your spouse, maybe your kids live far away, but they call often. You still drive, pay your own bills, make your own breakfast. You feel fine. But do you know what can take it all away? One moment of lost balance, one backward step in the shower, one quick turn of your head, one fall. In the bathroom, in the kitchen, next to your bed. And if you think a fall is just a bruise or a bump, you haven't heard the stories of people who lost their independence after just one. It's not just about broken bones, it's about losing balance, and what that says about your brain. Not your willpower, not your experience, your cerebellum and your inner ear, the parts that control coordination, start to weaken with age due to reduced blood flow. You can't see it, it doesn't hurt, but it's quietly eroding your ability to stay upright. One day, standing in the shower, you turn, and everything goes black for a split second. Just half a second. That's all it takes. You don't grab the wall. You don't get a chance to call out. You just fall. Hard. Onto cold tile. If you survive, you're lucky. Henry Moore, 79, a gardener, lives in Arizona, active, strong, upbeat. One morning he fell in the shower, broke his hip. 3 months in bed, 6 months later, dementia. He no longer recognizes his wife, can't remember his grandchildren's names. He still smiles, but he doesn't know where he is. And all of it from a single fall. One moment where his brain couldn't hold his body upright. Everything he loved, his hobbies, his freedom, his morning walks, gone. One mistake, one lost moment of balance. And don't think, that's not me. Age doesn't matter. Losing balance doesn't ask how old you feel. It doesn't give you a heads up. It comes suddenly, and often, permanently. What can you do right now? Get rid of any loose rugs, especially the comfortable ones. Install extra lighting in the bathroom. Falls are more likely in dim light. Do coordination exercises. Simple steps with your eyes closed, standing on one foot. Gentle head turns. Just 5 minutes a day. That's not just fitness. That's insurance against dependents, nursing homes, and caregivers. You can keep control, but only if you act before you fall. Because when you lose balance, you lose everything. Not just your footing, you lose your freedom. And while you're still able to stand tall, ask yourself how much longer that will last. In the next part, you'll discover another hidden danger, and it's already living inside your legs. It doesn't happen suddenly, not loudly, not dramatically. At first, just a strange feeling like the floor beneath you isn't quite even. Then, a moment of doubt. Is your foot really touching the ground? You blame it on being tired, on blood pressure, on just age. What can you do? But the truth is something else. Your body has stopped sending you signals, and you don't even know that your legs are no longer with you. This is the third hidden threat, loss of sensation in the feet and lower legs. As we age, our nerve endings start to decline. They send signals more slowly, or stop sending them altogether, and yet, you still believe you're walking confidently. You step onto wet tile, but your body doesn't tell you. No warning, no signal to brace or balance, just the fall. That's exactly what happened to Nina Sergeyevna, age 71. Widowed, calm, active. She loved taking baths before bed. Soft lighting, quiet. Nothing unusual that night, until she took a single step, one step, off the bath mat, onto smooth, wet tile. Her foot gave no warning. Her brain didn't respond. She slipped, hit her head, fell into a coma. Doctors saved her life, but she never spoke again. All she didn't feel was a damp patch underfoot. If just one nerve had fired, the outcome could have been different. Loss of sensation isn't rare. It's not someone else's condition. It could already be happening in your body. Right now. You just haven't checked. Check yourself today. Close your eyes and try standing on one leg for at least 10 seconds. Walk barefoot, eyes closed on a flat surface. Ask yourself, can you feel the floor's texture? Warmth? Cold? Pressure? If any answer is not sure or no, it's not just age. It's a warning, a sign that the connection between your feet and brain is weakening. So what can you do? How do you take control back? Roll a small ball under your foot daily. This stimulates nerves and helps wake up your senses. Walk on textured massage mats. Yes, even if it feels silly. It's therapy. Wear firm, non-slip shoes inside your home. Soft slippers that don't hold the heel are your enemy. Visit a neurologist every few months. A simple sensitivity test takes 2 minutes and might save your independence. You won't notice when your legs stop feeling, but when the connection breaks, it won't be a step. It'll be a fall not just of your body, but of all the supports in your life. Your legs are your safety, your direction, your freedom. When they stop sensing, you stop steering your life. And if right now you think, "That's not me," then you may already be at risk. This is the most important part, the most uncomfortable, the scariest, and exactly what no one wants to think about, but must. You wake up. Sunlight filters through the curtains. You walk to the bathroom, like always. By yourself. No help. You slip. You fall. And that's it. No dramatic music. No 911 call. No help within minutes. Just you. Lying on the floor. Alone with pain, fear, and silence. You can't get up. Can't reach your phone. And if you live alone, like millions of older Americans, then the chances that someone notices something is wrong are much lower than you think. The statistics are not on your side. An elderly person who falls in the bathroom waits, on average, 4 to 14 hours for help. That's if they're lucky. Some have lain there for 2, even 3 days, on cold tile, without food, without water, without hope. What happens to the body? Body temperature drops. Blood vessels constrict. Circulation slows. Blood pressure fluctuates. Tissue death begins. Risk of stroke, clots, kidney failure increases. But the worst part is the isolation. You lie there. You hear your phone ring. You might hear your neighbors coming and going. But you can't call out, can't move, can't say, "I'm here, I need help." You're not the center of anyone's world, and if you think your kids will come, they might assume you just missed a call. If you hope for neighbors, they don't hear you. Everyone has their own life, and if you hope to yell, try yelling with cracked ribs, or a stroke, or one side of your body paralyzed. What happened to Arkady Pavlovich, 82, from Chicago? A retired man. His wife died 3 years ago. He lived alone. His kids thought he'd gone to his cabin. He lay on the bathroom floor for 2 full days. No food, no water. He heard the phone ringing. He knew time was passing, but he couldn't reach it. When they found him, he could no longer speak. A stroke. Complete loss of speech. Now he lives in a nursing home. Silent. Alone. This isn't a horror story. It's reality. And if you're not prepared, it can catch you off guard. Your bathroom? Look at it. Are there grab bars? Is there an emergency button within reach? Is there a phone nearby in case you fall? Is there at least one person who checks on you every day? If the answer is no to any of these, you don't have time. Not next week. Not when it's convenient. Now, here's what you can do today. Install an emergency button that can be pressed while lying down. Get a smart fall detector that alerts your family or a caregiver. Call your children, grandchildren, or friends. Set a daily check-in rule. Inspect your bathroom. Non-slip mats, extra lighting, support handles. And remember, aging isn't a number. Aging is the willingness to stay strong when the body grows weaker. It's discipline. It's control. It's taking responsibility for yourself. You can keep living with dignity, safety, and independence, but only if today you choose not to ignore the risks. Because if one day you fall, and no one's there, no one is obligated to save you. That's the truth. And yes, it sounds harsh, but that truth might just save your life. If you found this message powerful, please share it with someone you care about, especially if they live alone. Sometimes one conversation can change everything.